Good morning, everyone. This is Rifgal, and we are continuing to work through the Metroidvania backlog that I've built up. Last month we did Lone Fungus, and this month we're going to start Grime. This is supposed to be a really good Metroidvania, same kind of feel as a lot of the other indie Metroidvania games. I think we're going to get right into it. Let's give it a shot. I don't know a ton about this one. I've seen a couple challenge runs of it, but they're, very cut down. So there's a lot of very incomplete stuff. I know it's got this very alien aesthetic, and your main character is basically a black hole, or has a black hole for a head. Okay. So far is not, I don't know. Okay, there we go. I was just gonna say, so far that's a very oddly sensual opening scene for something called Grime. This feels much more like what I was expecting. There we go. A little bit of Singularity action going on. There's our little guy. Oh, that is such a cool design. Okay. Oh, and they're giving us this, like, intro while we're doing the tutorial. I think I'm okay with that. Sound design, ambient music. And now we can actually move. Okay, we've got a dodge, parry, the one thing I am a little bit worried about with this is that I have heard that the parry is super important, and I'm generally not great at parrying. Okay, at least it's got a pretty solid window. So the parry, you kind of absorb enemies And that not only does damage to them, but you're also gaining whatever their ability is, kind of the way that you would get like souls in some of the Castlevania games, or Bloodstained, where you power up as you go by stealing them. Yeah, that. And those are going to give us more skills as we go. So the weight, it's not a random drop like it was in Bloodstained or something like that. You just have to get successful parries to get it. The Weeping Cavity. Lovely. Okay, so we've got traits here. Strength scaling, dexterity scaling. I have no idea what the weapons in this game are like, so I'm not sure. Maximum force, more actions before running out of force. So this is actually... I think I might go with this to start with. Looks like that's a stamina. Honestly, stamina or health. Yeah, let's just... That feels safe. And that was whatever the currency in the bottom right is that we used to buy that. An imprinted level M becomes a checkpoint and surrogate. Whenever you are shattered, you will reform at the last created surrogate. Use their mass. Okay, so that's the resource's mass. Interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about that map. So you can see there we're up to 4 out of 5 braille arms. I think when we get the 5th... Get away, you uglies, you! Beautiful. Perfection. Forgive me, I thought you were one of my misshapen, disgusting brethren. But no, you're not like them at all. You are sublime. Oh, flawless one, please let me serve. I will look for anything that can be of use. Okay. So, definitely in that Souls-like camp of random NPCs that will show up throughout. That's more like what I expect from myself. Informed finger gives us 100 mass. Oh, okay. So that's a level up item. And this looks like it'll open the shortcut back around. And then we can left trigger, go back here. And acquire trait. I'm not sure what that costs. We don't have enough grow for that, apparently. I'm not sure exactly how we get that. So, restores 25% of your force on an absorb or repel. Okay. I guess let's do a health this time. Health and stamina are never a bad thing to have more of. So I will say the one thing I'm not super impressed with so far, I mean, it's a cool aesthetic for the map, but I really hope that it gives us more detail later. I don't think it's going to, though. Boulder Head. Flawless one, I found a gift worthy for you. The glorious Carven. Use these stick things to more easily crush disgusting lessers. Okay. So we have our first weapon. Beacon attuned. Huh? Hey, I feel better now. Okay. That was one of the things that was bothering me so far, and that makes a huge difference. I feel much better. I can see... Okay, so that's where I've been, are the dots. I thought that was the map. And it was just like really... Red attacks can't be absorbed. That gives us a hunt point, which looks like it is what we need to equip the... or to equip the skill we got. However... Oh, there we go. I was just gonna say, I don't feel like there's a good way for us to heal currently, and I'm not sure what that means. We just hadn't gotten told about it. It looks like we can push Arch, the right trigger to do that. Gonna get up? Nope, we just get one shot at it. Okay. Reach one. I just got a... Just got a Steam achievement for reaching 100 Ardor, which I don't even know what that is. So, great. Okay. Crawler 7 of 8. Okay, so those guys have red spikes, which is why we can't absorb them. They don't have any attacks that can be absorbed. That makes sense. They do a very good job of marking, okay, red is bad, red is dangerous. Now that I know that. I feel like I want a slightly longer reach weapon for fighting the red enemies. Oop. That should be our last crawler. So we've got 3 different items that we can absorb, or 3 different traits that we could potentially equip now. Prickly Weeper legs. Oh, we've got like 3 different pieces of equipment that I did not realize we had. Oh, and it's got sets too. Frail arm plus 30%. Return to the most recent use. And we've got another 350. Oh, wow. Okay. That's very cool. Actually gives you the aesthetics for the armor. This is really cool. I've put this one off for a long time just because of the parry system being so central to it, and I know I'm not always great at parries, but it seems like this, so far at least, is a lot more forgiving than a lot of games, where I'm normally pretty bad at the parrying. So... yeah, we'll give it a shot. And at this point, this is we're a pretty long way away. I'm trying to figure out where we need to go next. Is there something, like, up here that we can get to that I just didn't go left there? This feels like a long way to retreat, but there is a lot down here that we just haven't explored. There's 2 or 3 paths down there. Yes. And we get another hunt point, so we can potentially equip 2 traits now. Immediately heal with that. Okay, so that's a passage into a different area that we don't have a map for yet. Blood metal splinter. Go ahead and do that so we can get closer to another heal. We are wrong. A mistake. My body, it shouldn't look like this. My thoughts, my words, they come from a dread thing. A cursed breath. Okay, so that's reopening that passage. We've got our shortcut now. Awesome. Another unformed hand. I am currently terrified that we are going to take a death and lose all of our resources. I'm not sure how that works yet because we haven't died yet. Over here! This wall can't be broken from this side. You'll have to go through the path out above. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of, because it sounds like traits and hunts. Okay, destroy challenging prey to get hunt points. Best hunt points into traits from their inside of surrogates to unlock their power. And traits are acquired by destroying prey using absorb. Yes. Awesome, there's another save point. I was getting a little nervous that I was gonna have to backtrack. Okay, so we can get multiple different ones here as options. Press L to walk slowly. Ancient Limb. Repelling an attack damages the attacker. 40% benefit from resonance. Restore extra force when you successfully absorb or repel. Yes, I think this is the one we're doing first. Reduces incoming attack damage after failing to absorb an attack. Interesting. I'm not super impressed with these other ones. I guess we could try this. Repelling an attack. We haven't done anything that repels an attack yet. But I guess if we're on this train, let's go for it. So my problem with these is I don't know enough about the weapons to feel confident picking what I'm scaling with. Like, yes, this axe that I'm using is currently going to give me force or strength scaling. I assume there's going to be smaller, faster, or ranged weapons that you can use dexterity, and possibly some sort of magic weapon that uses resonance. And it looks like traits like this are also based on resonance. So the damage we're dealing with our traits is based on this. So this is magic, basically. That being said, I don't know what our best thing to invest in is, and I do feel like we need to invest in some more. So I think when in doubt, once again, yeah, when in doubt, invest in health. I suspect this is going to be the first boss up here. Interesting. Oh, I forgot I had those other... I'm not going to worry about that yet. The Bellow Mace. Oh, we've also got the Twin Fangs, which are a fast weapon that scales off dexterity, it looks like. Heavy damage, increased staggering power. This is a very slow, very heavy attack with good stagger, it says. So this is more of a traditional sword and board. Honestly, I think I'm going to try this for now. And that gives me even more reason to feel like investing in stamina is a good thing. How do I get over there? Ha. Well, I was expecting a boss. We did not get a boss yet. Oh, that opens up with a path, too. Very cool. There is another path down here that we didn't do. it looks like this might connect back down here, so there might be a one-way that we haven't opened yet. And that's probably a good sign for us. Yep. Ah, this is this. That's right. I just noticed the weird eyes in the background, and this is becoming increasingly awesome and disturbing. Let's see where we're at. I'm gonna go ahead and invest heavily in horse for the next couple. Refield, return to the recent circuit. Motley Pearl. Oh, okay. Motley Pearls are the things that let you reset stats. Worked into weapons by the breadsmith of the world pillar. That'll mean something later. That's kind of where I wanted it to be, where we had enough room to still, like, dodge after using the mace. So I feel much better now. Boss? I keep waiting for a boss. The screen's gonna lock and music's gonna kick up at some point here. Well, we found a boss. And I found that I am not as good at parrying as I thought. Perfect. That's about what I expected to happen. Okay. We're gonna do this. Oops, that's not what I wanted. I just accidentally murdered that poor guy. That was less of an accident. So I assume we can recover our matter here. Oh! We're going straight into it. Okay. Okay. There we go. That wasn't too bad. Let's see what we get. Ardor. Okay. Ardor increases the amount of mass gained from foes. Ardor is gained by crushing or absorbing prey and lost upon taking damage. Okay. Oh, chiseled one. Look what I found you in the meantime. More followers to serve and bask in your perfection. This one is Boulderhead. It doesn't say much, but if I tell it to do something, it usually does it. The other is Other Boulderhead. It also doesn't say much, but look how well I painted its misshapen face. I call them Boulderheads because their heads kind of look like boulders. I don't think they get it, though. You must be heading to the palace. That's where the other finely crafted rocks like you are. There's a lift in Lithic that can take us there, away from the broken sky. Let me come with you, and I promise to be helpful. You'll see. Oh, wow. Okay, and I guess that gives us... That's like, I assume, the ultimate objective. We don't have an immediate goal that it's showing us on the map. Even though he just told us about the lift, that's a little annoying. I guess let's see if there's something right here. Save point. When your vessel is destroyed, you lose all your ardor, and the lost vessel reforms where it was shattered. Destroying a lost vessel and restores half of your ardor. So I'm still not understanding quite how all of those different traits work together, but we'll get there. I think we're gonna go ahead and bump force up again. And I'm actually gonna grab a resonance as well. I get the feeling from the way that this worked, or the first boss worked, that we're going to be using our parry a lot and probably our powers as a result. So, I think this is going to be a good spot to wrap our first video. This game is pretty awesome so far. It's very responsive. It feels good to play. And even though I'm not great at parries, it is forgiving enough that I'm getting the hang of it. I am really excited to see how this plays out, what all we are going to be able to do as we go further. So yeah. Hopefully you're enjoying as well. If you are, please give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And as always, have a good one. We'll catch you next time.